Good morning. I had a lovely quiet morning. It's the first in a few days where I didn't start really early and it wasn't all crazy, so I enjoyed taking it easy. So, day 3 of 21, my big idea today is that connection is the new currency. And this is something I feel really strongly about. This is something that I've had to work on and I'm still working on. Um, over the last couple of years, and it became even more necessary once COVID hit and everybody was kind of separated and everybody was online and it was really noisy and really busy. So, my big idea today, what I'm going to talk about a little bit is the inner aspect and the outer aspect of connection. Like, what does that look like within us in terms of some of the shifts that we have to do internally? And then how does that work online um, with marketing and with filling your program and getting booked? I'm just making sure I'm online. Um, so, at any point through this, if something makes sense, give me a thumbs up or a little heart. Say hi to me. Let me know where you're watching from. I am here in beautiful Colorado. And just, I like the interaction. I like to know who watched this. I like to know if it was useful to you and what you might need more of. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Elsa Come to you there. I work mainly with soulful transformational coaches, holistic wellness practitioners, and healers. And I help them getting booked out or fully booked without the overwhelm, without getting burnt out, and without doing a bunch of stuff that really doesn't align with them and doesn't feel good. So that's what I'm doing. And I am starting, by the way, a brand new intimate mastermind. It's only for soulful coaches, healers, and practitioners. Essentially, if you are in a transformational space, if what you do, what you're passionate about is helping people transform, then it's going to be a really small, intimate group just for you about getting fully booked in your practice without burnout and without doing draining launches, without doing yucky marketing, without wasting the day away on social media. And a lot of this is about connecting. So that's why I'm talking about this today, because the truth is nothing else works. So, by the way, if you want to find out more about this mastermind that's coming up, then just put clients in the comments or message me and I'll send you details. So, this is the interesting thing. A lot of people have gone online for automation. A lot of people have gone online to essentially bypass having to do all this back and forth connecting with people. And what we're finding now is that actually we've come full circle. The way that you actually grow your business online is to actually have more interaction, is to actually get more intimate, get more personal with people, and to actually drop automation. So we're almost coming back to old fashioned networking, connecting, old fashioned connecting practices that are at the foundation of old school sales and old school marketing. And rather than doing it out there in the world, now we're doing it online. And so things like going to networking meeting, having conversations with people, getting personal, like all of that is actually like showing up online, and we're having to do that online. The problem is most of us don't know how to do that. And so like some of us take a little practice. It takes us being shown, how do I do that? How do I interact? How do I engage with people online in a way that's not going to sound pushy, that's not going to sound salesy, that's going to be authentic, that's going to be genuine? And a lot of people are using content to do that. They're figuring out that if they're really genuine, if they're really authentic in their content, that will build that relationship, that know, like, trust. And it does to some degree. Unfortunately, because it's gone so busy and so noisy online, where it used to be that somebody would need to see like 5 to 7 of your content to actually get a sense of you and to maybe reach out to you. Now the numbers like has been exponential. Now someone needs to see something like 10, 15, 20, 30 pieces of your content before they're ready to actually take the step to connect with you. And with the algorithm being what it is and online being so busy and noisy, that could take years until somebody's seen you pop in their feed like enough time over months and months and months that they suddenly feel like, oh, they know who you are, they know what you're about. And for most of us, we just don't have that kind of time. And so what I'm going to talk to you about here is essentially speeding up that process and doing it so that people, one, see your like doing certain things so that people, one, see your content more, but also so that when they see your content, they know exactly who you are. And so they stop and they pay attention and they actually get that sense of connection with you that you're actually wanting to create with your content in the first place. So I'm going to tell you a little story of a client of mine. And essentially, like, the edge of this is that anything that has to do with automation, large groups like ads, impersonal launches, all of that stuff, even webinars, are struggling right now. I am part of a lot of different networking groups, coaching programs with lots of people in there. And this is a consensus that's showing up across the board, is that trying to grow a business online that way, people who used to be successful are struggling. So I'm going to tell you about a client of mine. I started working with this person a few months ago, maybe 2-3 months ago. And this person is actually really successful online. She's been online for a long time. She's got a decent sized group. She was getting a nice amount of engagement. She was doing challenges. She was running ads, and her business was growing. And then what's happened, and this is partially how she came to talk to me, is that things started to shift. They started to shift, actually, interestingly enough, before COVID for her, but it wasn't really noticeable. But once COVID hit and COVID got going, like, it really became clear that what she used to do was no longer working, and it was no longer working at all in the way it had worked. And her business was actually slowly, over the last year, her business had been going downhill. So, what's happening here is that people just don't have the attention span anymore for all the content. They're done feeling like numbers. They are now really savvy because everyone's gone online and everyone's been like throwing stuff at all of us, like in the DMs, in challenges. Like, our audience are savvy. They know what being sold to actually feels like now. 3 years ago, people didn't realize that was happening. So you would reach out to someone and you would say, hey, hi, I've got this amazing group for female entrepreneurs or for women trying to get empowered. I feel like you'd be a great fit. And people wouldn't realize that you just send that same message to a bunch of other people and you have absolutely no idea who they are. Now they know. They can tell when something is not genuine and is essentially a copy paste compared to when something is actually real and true and authentic and genuine. And the moment that you send something or you have a conversation that's kind of a placating or a paint by numbers type thing, you lose that trust with the client. Whereas before you didn't, it actually used to build trust. Now it actually loses trust. Same thing for challenges. Is you're being thrown information and there's a lot of different people there. That doesn't build trust or that know-like factor the way it used to. So this client of mine, like, as COVID hit and things started seeing her income dwindle, what was happening is she wasn't getting the reach or the engagement on her content anymore, whether it was in her personal profile or in her group. Ads were extremely expensive and not working. People were not signing up for her challenges, at least not nearly as much as they used to. And then a lot of the people were signing up for the challenges weren't actually showing up to the challenges or to the challenge, or she was losing people along the way. And essentially, for all her effort, all her work, all the money spent, she wasn't actually making sales to make it make sense. And so she decided, she probably heard me, I'm trying to remember now, but she probably heard something along those lines, that connection is the new currency, and I'm getting fully booked without doing any big launches, without doing any of that nasty marketing or spending money on ads or any of that. I'm just getting booked by making connection with people, by having conversations. Content no longer converts. What converts is connection and conversations. And so a lot of the things that used to work are no longer working. And by the way, a lot of things that people are teaching in a lot of these programs have not been changed or have not evolved since COVID. There's a ton of people out there teaching you about Facebook groups or teaching about this or teaching about that. And their program worked 3, 4, 5 years ago. Their program worked when they were coming up and building an audience. Their program no longer works now, but they haven't updated it. It's still the same modules. It's still the same thing. They're still telling you to do exactly what they told everybody else 5 years ago, except today they're having a lot of people who are spending a lot of time, energy, and money and getting no results and feeling really drained and really disheartened. And the truth is, we don't have time. We don't have the energy to be wasting our heart into things that don't work. So what's happening right now, and so let me tell you a little bit about what's working, right, and what I'm doing. What's happening right now is that know, like, trust that I'm sure if you're watching this video, have heard that mentioned online a lot, is like extra true, but it's true in a different way. People now want to know you personally. They want to like you on a personal level, and they want to trust and know that you can help them personally. This isn't just about the generalities anymore. They actually want to know that you're the same person as who's showing up on the video. They want to know that you can help them personally, not just that you can help people like them, but you can help them. And they want to like you, like not just like a video of you, although that's better than a post, like not just like what you're writing, not just like your energy, but they actually want to like you. They want to know what you're about. They want to know that you're for real and this isn't a show. And there's a lot of this that's a show. There's a lot of this online that's a show, and I'm guilty of that. We all put on a face when we're going live, when we're making a video. But I remember trying to do this song and dance and put music, that's just not me. And to this day, people will message me and say, Ilsa, you need to smile more in your lives. You look so serious. I'm kind of a serious person, and I laugh and I smile in response to someone else. Like the idea of laughing and smiling at my phone and a little red dot feels weird to me. It's just not who I am. Now, if you get on a call with me, you know who I am. I swear, I laugh, I joke. I'm probably a lot more personable in person than I am on video. But that's okay. I'm also not going to force myself to be somebody that I'm not to fit a mold. And I think that's what's happening. And so when we talk about the inner work of connecting, that's what I'm talking about. It's literally not fitting the mold that you've been told you need to do, or you need to look like, or you need to be like for people to like you. And actually removing the curtain, like me telling you that people are telling me I look too serious on my videos. There's a smile. I look too serious on my videos. I'm not smiling enough. That's real. I'm getting regular comments or regular messages. And often my response is, hey, let's hop on a call and you'll see me smile or laugh a lot more. It's just not how I am on video. So getting real about who you are, where you're at, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and not fitting into some kind of box that somebody else set for you is important. The other thing that's important is moving beyond content. And there's a bunch of ways to do that, and I talk about that all the time, but reach out to people. When you see a piece of content in your feed and you're moved by it, don't just put a comment on there. Take the extra step to send a message to that person and tell them how their piece of content, their post moved you. Or if you see somebody doing something in the world that feels amazing, take that extra step and connect with them. That's the thing you have to realize is the more conversations you have, the more clients you will have. Whether those clients come because you connected with someone and now they know what you do and they know who you are and they refer someone to you, or whether that connection comes or those clients comes because through that connection you meet somebody you can do a project with or a collaboration with, or they decide to interview you for something, or simply because you connect with someone and this person is actually your ideal client. But unless you make that extra step of connecting, usually it takes so much longer to build that real know-like trust that works today. And there's ways, like in my program, I teach all the different ways to reach out to people in a way that's genuine and that's authentic, that's not pushy, that's not salesy. Like I definitely have this thing of, I don't want to intrude. I don't want, because we all have that. We all feel this way. Like we start getting a message from somebody we haven't talked to and we're like, ugh, what do they want? What are they trying to sell us? And it's actually refreshing when somebody connects and you open and they're like, by the way, I absolutely love that post you wrote about this. Like suddenly it's like you actually want to engage with this person. You're not running in the opposite direction or blocking them anymore. So show up authentically and have conversations. Do not rely on your content all by itself, or you will take yours. It will take years to build the kind of relationships you need to fill your programs. This is the fast route. This is the shortcut to filling your programs and getting booked. Literally for me, it's like I have a number. I know how many clients or how many people, forget clients, not even about clients, how many people I need to have a connection call. This isn't a sales call, a connection call to book to be booked out. It's logical. Like it's actually statistics, and you can have that same thing for you. So stop hiding behind your content, stop hiding behind the screen, get real, get personal, get one-on-one with people, and that will fill up your schedule and your programs. Like one sweet, true, genuine comment, one back and forth on Messenger will do more than 10 or 15 well-written pieces of content. You see a post, and rather than saying, congratulations, amazing, which by the way, I'm totally guilty of, you like actually take a moment to like write a real response to that comment or to that post, and to let that person know, I've really read this and I've really resonated with this. That one comment will do more for building a relationship with that person than 10, 15 pieces of well-written content. I'm not saying forego content. Content has its place. It's necessary. When you reach out to someone, you start having conversation, they want to hear more about you. They want to see more about you. That's where your content comes in, right? Like you don't want to dismiss it altogether. And there are still times where somebody will read a piece of content and will feel like, oh my God, you're talking to me. This is exactly what's been happening with me. This is where I'm stuck. I don't know how to do this. There could be somebody who's going to watch this video and who's going to say, I don't actually know how to really connect online in the way that I know how to do it in the outside world. Like I need what you're offering so I can learn how to do that in a way that feels really good to me, so that I can get my programs filled, or I can get my schedule filled with clients. It's possible. More than likely, my clients will come from me reaching out to someone and having the conversation with them that I'm having on this video. And in conversation, they will see that something makes sense and they'll be ready to learn more. So that's what I have to share with you. Get personal, get authentic, get real. Don't do something that doesn't feel like you on camera or in post to just fit the mold. Be you, and one conversation with someone equals 10, 15 posts. One really nice comment, a personal comment to someone equals 10, 15 posts. That is the way to actually maximize your energy and your time in this day and age on Facebook or on Instagram. is to actually reach out and make connection and have conversations with people. So this is me, and this is a huge part of what I teach in my upcoming mastermind. And it's going to be all healers, all transformational coaches or wellness practitioners. So essentially people who are here to change the world and to transform people's lives. And we're going to have an amazing time talking about how do we get our schedule and our programs filled up, booked out, without the burnout, without the overwhelm, without doing like draining launches that don't work anymore anyways, without spending money on ads, without tech, without any of the stuff we don't want to do. If that feels like you could use that, you want to know more about it, now is founding members rate. It's going to be intimate, it's going to be small, it's going to be, I'm going to use a lot of community aspect too, where we're going to help each other. We're going to interview each other. We're going to cross market with each other. We're going to practice with each other. We're going to get testimonials from each other. We're going to build social proof using each other to essentially help really put ourselves and our gifts out there. If that feels like something you could use, and if you're ready to fill your schedule and to really have the impact and the income you desire and you deserve in this market, then just put clients in the comments and I'll send you details. We'll see if it's the right fit. Maybe we'll hop on a call if you want and figure out like, what does that look like and does it make sense for you? Or you can message me. That's also always okay. That is what I'm sharing today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.